3 hours later.
I look huge. Oh, my face. Looks huge.
Yeah, it's a little small. It's a little small, but it's gonna be. Best thing to do is just rest.
Listen, the best thing for you to do is go home. She said she should get, if she wants to try to get something on her belly, because she said taking all that medicine and just be a mom.
One eternity later.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today is day 9 from having surgery, wisdom tooth surgery. So I want to tell you guys kind of in short, I don't want to make this super long. I tried to film this before and it was like over 50 minutes. I was like, I cannot post this, but I want to tell you some stuff that you don't really hear in most of the wisdom tooth removal videos, because like, you know, the night before I was watching those and, you know, but I figured I'd come on here and let you guys know the tea and what you really like need to know when you go in. Now, yesterday was my post-op, so I'm completely done with like the procedure, all of the appointments and everything, right? So I can kind of tell you about all 3. So you're gonna have a consultation, the surgery, and then you're gonna have post-op, so you'll have to go back like a week later and they'll do like a little checkup. So I guess the first thing to start off with is the consultation. I think the thing I was most nervous for was the consultation, and then obviously the post-op, because you know you don't want anything like bad to come back and be like, oh, they're not healing right or whatever the case may be. So those were the 2 that I was like most nervous for the surgery. Like in the morning I was a little nervous, but I was just more nervous for like the consultation and post-op. Like, you know, surgery day, like I was chilling. But yeah, so before you go in for your consultation, they ended up sending me paperwork through the mail. You'll either get it, you know, when you go in, or you'll get it by mail. You'll have to fill out like 5 different sheets of paperwork: general information, family history, insurance, HIPAA, like all this stuff that you have to sign and kind of check mark and, you know, write down and stuff, because, you know, most of us are going to be new patients. If you've never had like a tooth pulled before, I never have, so this is like my first time with it, first go around, whatever. And a little bit of background. So I had all 4 wisdom teeth removed. My teeth were erupted, so they were above the gum, they were above the skin, they weren't, you know, impacted like most people's are. So like mine was just kind of like a normal, like, you know, tooth pulling procedure. Regardless, it was all 4 that were pulled at the same time, but it wasn't like, you know, an impacted wisdom tooth where they would have to go into your jaw, you know, rip it open and literally rip out the tooth. Yeah, it wasn't like that at all. But I think regardless, like the pain is probably roughly around the same. I'm sure, you know, an impacted one is probably a little bit more painful than, you know, having it erupt and just having it pulled. And if you guys didn't check out my TikTok, check out my TikTok. I show my wisdom teeth. They allowed me to keep them. But yeah, so with the consultation, filled out the paperwork, brought it in, handed it to her. Basically they sat me in a room and we just kind of talked about, you know, what would happen on the day of the surgery. They'll go over everything with you. Literally my like oral surgeon. He was super sweet. He was super goofy. He like told us about the history of teeth, and then, you know, he was kind of telling us, you know, what we needed to know during surgery, you know, what would happen afterwards, what, you know, medication I would have to take, and what foods I could eat, literally anything. If you have any questions, write them down. And so that is their job, that's their profession. They're gonna tell you everything you need to know. And then on the day of the surgery, so I went in November 25th for my consultation. I went back in 5 days later on the 30th for my surgery. I went in early. My appointment was at 8. They open at 7:45. I got there a little bit early and they took me right in. You know, I got hooked up to everything. They gave me some anti-anxiety, and then once they gave me the anti-anxiety, I passed out, but they did do the sedation. So they put like a little tube on my nose, and, you know, they were giving me oxygen, and then they gave me sedation. I do remember some parts of it, but, you know, I didn't feel anything or anything like that. If you have like fear of like not waking up, I did have that fear. Like, I was like, what if I don't wake up, or, you know, what if I can't be put out? Trust me, there is drugs that are going to knock you out regardless. Like, you are fine, you're okay. And also too, like, I was to the point where, like, what if I don't wake up? I have to be like fully prepared. So I literally like went above and beyond, and I made a will. Yeah, I made a will. So if you're like me and you made a will, you probably won't need it. You won't need it, you're good. But yeah, day of the surgery, like I showed you guys in those clips beforehand, you know, I was heading there, had the surgery done. When I got home, I just kind of slept. For the first 2 days, you want to take your, well, actually for like the 4 days, you're gonna want to take your antibiotics, take your medication, take the pain meds. I think the worst pain that I had was day 3. Like early in the morning. It was pretty intense, but I ended up getting ibuprofen, a narcotic. I got Oxy, and then I was given an antibiotic, clindamycin. I just finished the clindamycin yesterday, so I have no medication that I'm taking, but they will give you medication, do not worry. They also gave me a medical rinse. I didn't use the rinse at all, just saltwater rinse, you'll be fine. And I'm still saltwater rinsing, so a little bit of, you know, I guess more of an update. So yesterday was my post-op. I was a little nervous for that, but he said that they're doing great. He ended up taking the stitch out of this one, didn't hurt at all. They were dissolvable, but this one didn't dissolve, so he just kind of ripped it out. But yeah, they're looking great. So at the top, he did not do any stitches, just the bottoms. The top ones are like completely healed. The bottoms, you can tell there's like holes in my gum, and, you know, eventually over time it will close up. There's nothing to like worry about there, but you do want a saltwater rinse to make sure you're not getting any food in there. Yeah, it is kind of wild with the healing process, because you can literally see your bone, like you can see your jaw. Like that's kind of crazy. But yeah, post-op went really well. Post-op literally is less than 2 minutes. At least for me, it was less than 2 minutes. So yeah, like, it was pretty swift and easy overall. I didn't really have like any complications or anything. I know like the surgery day, they'll literally take your heart rate and blood pressure like 3 or 4 times before the surgery and after the surgery. It's insane. But yeah, I wasn't, I was pretty with it, as you guys can see in those clips. I wasn't, you know, super out of it. I was fully aware of what was going on. I, you know, wasn't super cold. I know people say that, you know, they're super cold or they cry or, you know, they're so out of it, but I was fine. So, yeah, but yeah, they're healing. I don't even know if y'all would be able to see, but yeah, so I can't really do the top, but that's what the bottom looks like. So yeah, you guys, as my wisdom teeth removal surgery, for food, you're able to get away with like very soft food, probably around like day 3, more so day 4. But yeah, I had mashed potatoes, soup, applesauce, pudding, Jell-O. I had Gatorade. Gatorade is really nice. Obviously drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. I had tater tots. If you cook them just, you know, very lightly, you can have tater tots, hash browns. You just have to like get creative. Bananas, oatmeal. You guys can have certain things, but it just has to be soft. And if you do have anything like a little crunchy, make sure to like really mash it up to it's like mush, but you should be fine. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, let me know and I will answer them in the comments below for y'all. If you have to go in and get it and you're finding this video and you're going in like the next day, do not worry, do not panic, it's fine. Like if I can do it, you can do it, trust and believe. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.